This is Model Probe tutorial number 4, in which we look at advanced function capabilities in paragraph and tables. Tutorial, we created notes, paragraphs, and tables based on a matrix which we defined from our groups. I want to extend that a little bit because there were some difficulties with tables and paragraphs in particular, where we're generating text into the specification. Sometimes the values in the model are not really very easy to use, or not quite exactly what we want to use in the text of the model. And so we actually have the ability to do calculations and manipulate the values to get the effect we want. So I'm showing you the table that we created before. And what I want to do is, I've got my list of columns here, and what I want to do is change a new one. First of all, you see this head height? It's in millimeters. I'd like to show that in inches, and the frame material just says door frame. I want to map door frame into a number of possible values depending upon what the model has put in there. Although this is a pretty simple case, I'll show you how to do that. So first of all, I'm going to create a formula property. I just click New. This will create a formula property, and I'm going to give it a name. This will be height in inches, just so that I have a name for it. So when I'm building a formula, it's like in a spreadsheet. The same way I can do formulas in a spreadsheet, I can do formulas here. I have a list of formulas that I can use. So there's the normal ones that you would expect to find in spreadsheets, and they're all there. If I pick one of these, it shows me the help information that tells me what the formula is and how to use it. There's two that I want to show you in particular. This first one is called convert. Convert, there it is. So convert takes a measurement and some new units and converts it to that new value. So let me show you how that works. So I'm going to insert that convert there, and it starts to show me, but it's giving me an error at this point because I haven't finished typing the formula. So convert, and I want to take the value of the head height. So I'll just double click that to bring it in. So that's the value that I want to convert, and I want to convert that to inches. So I'm just going to type in .in for inches, and if I just close that bracket, there it goes. And you can see it's converted those values to inches. Well, that's not quite what I want because it's a hard conversion. So let me just round that. Remember, convert can take an optional accuracy. So I'm going to say comma 0.25, and now the values there are 8.75 and 7.95. Okay, so I'm just going to say okay. I've created that value, and now the head height is in there. So now I could take my head height, which was in millimeters, say omit it. I could take my height in inches, which is a formula. It's got an equal sign showing me that it's a formula, and move it up into that head height position. Okay, so that's how I can do a conversion of units. That's this convert function that we built in. The next one I want to do, I'm going to convert this door frame material. So this is uses so I'm going to call this frame type, and it's the column, and I'm going to the function I want to use this time is called lookup, because it's going to look up the current value, the value that's in the model. It's going to look that up in a table, find it the value, and then map it to a corresponding value. So you see, it looks up a key from a list of keys and a list of values, and again some other options that I can put in. So I'm going to insert that into my formula, open bracket, and I'm going to use frame material, and then I'm going to put in. Now for my list of values that I'm going to look up, I can have a door frame, panel, frame, etc. So I'm going to look up. So those are two values. I've got door frame and panel frame as the two values that I can look up. Now I need the the values I want to map it to. So I can put in steel, comma, wood. So that's it, and now just close that out. Now you see it's mapped both of these, since they were both the same type, it's mapped them to steel. So I changed the frame type, so now I can say OK, and again I can omit the one from the materials, and now I've got the table that I'm going to insert is now has these values mapped in. So those were two special functions. Like I say, there's normal functions, you can do calculations and so on it, but you can use these to convert values and make your spectrum more readable rather than just having values copied straight from the model. You can do some arithmetic and some manipulation on those values before you stick them into the before you insert them into the model. So that's the model editor, and that works the same in paragraphs as well. I'll just show you that in paragraphs. And again, because they're under the same family, it remembered those formulas and has brought them in, because they're in the same group rather, it's remembered those formulas, and I could use them in this paragraph as well. That's the, if it was appropriate. So that's the hit cancel. That's the formula editor, which allows you to modify values. And that's the end of this lesson.